Hi, everybody. I'm very disappointed today to say that something must have happened with the streaming, and I was prepared to deliver 7 ways to improve connection in 2022. Glad to deliver that if some people show up. We'll reschedule it. If not, we may just reschedule it a second time anyway. If you're here, though, and you can see me, please just post and let me know that you're here, and I will go on. I don't know what happened. A virus or something has happened on StreamYard. So, if you're here and you can hear me, let me see you. Hi, Brian. So you say you can see me now? Okay, let's see if a few others come on. I really don't know what happened, but I hope people will go to my page and we may just have to reschedule this one. If you're live with me, would you let me know and we'll go on? All right, all right, all right. So we're seeing some people come on. Good deal. All right. Hi there, Hussein from Saudi Arabia. We will just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get started since a few people are showing up and then I can share this later. I don't know what happened. There was a virus. It was asking people for money. It was saying we're not here, but you know what? We're all here and we've just decided to move forward. So I'm thrilled that you're here. I'm just going to ask you to share this later because I know there's a lot of people that are going to be really disappointed. Don't know what happened. We'll figure it out later. So this is about 7 ways to improve connection in 2022. And a lot of times we set resolutions for the new year, and I think a lot of people are getting tired of that. And they're saying, I'm picking a word for the year or 2 words for the year. And I absolutely love that because when you choose consciously to think about a word or a phrase, your subconscious starts to work with it. And you start to think more about what it means and you start to embody it. And that's what deliberate practice really is. And my word for this year was connection. I'm going to check in really quick and see who's here. I see Mira. I see Brian. Lisa. Hi, Brian. Hi, Hussein. So glad you're here. Mira, okay, keep checking in and letting me know where you're from, and I will check in like I do. Not a great multitasker, but I will check in and recognize you and answer any questions if I can. So what I'm going to do, since my word for the year is connection, I really decided that I want to be more connected to my work, to my clients, to my friends, to my family, and it's something that we all have to work on. Even though we have all this technology for connection, it seems to me that we're more divided than ever, and we're craving this connection so that we can be in unity with each other. And I've really been thinking about this, and what came to me is that when we lack connection with self, we have inner conflict. When we lack connection with our team, then we have customer service issues or turnover. And what I've noticed, like my mom right now is in skilled nursing, so it's a sad time for me. But I've noticed that different nurses on different shifts have different rules, and that's creating this disconnect for the patient and for the client, the caregivers. So I'm really seeing how the lack of connection in how we do things, it affects the culture. And then lack of connection with friends, it creates distractions and it creates a depression when we have this lack of connection with our friends. There's mind distortions. I put a post up about that the other day. So what I know is that technology, while it can help us connect, it can also help us to disconnect. So today what I'm offering is 7 ways to increase connection. And I really truly believe that leaders can be the facilitators of connection. That's another word for me right now is facilitation. And I'm looking at how I can facilitate what's going on in the healthcare of my elderly parent and how I can facilitate conversation and keep connection going because you start losing connection, when you're in these health care situations. So this is going to be, as always, very content rich. And I'm going to give you a tip, a mindset, a skill set, and an action. I'm going to check in really quick. I'm going to say hi to Phil. Hi, Phil from the UK. So glad you're here. Hi, Sherry. So glad you got on. Sherry was one that was saying, "Hey, it's not working. It's not connected." There's Caroline Morel. So thank you so much, all of you, for joining me today, even on the fly with me having to do it this way. Um, so the first tip that I want to share, I call it share the mic. And here's what I mean about that. Sometimes I would be on Zoom calls. This last year, I noticed this a lot because we're all on Zoom, aren't we? We're all on virtual meetings. I love virtual meetings, but there are some disadvantages as well. We're all learning how to be better facilitators, better participants. And so, what I would notice was sometimes there were people that really dominated the conversation, especially if there wasn't strong facilitation. You might see the same person having a question or an insight or an addition. And, there was no space to let someone else ask a question. There was no withholding. And what I think is that that's really just this lack of awareness of wanting to get your needs met first. And if anybody's impatient, it's me. I have worked on that and I get it. So this is something I'm being very cognizant of, is that I want to make sure I have the right mindset to actually connect more. And that is share the mic. And so here's the mindset. The mindset is there's time for others. There's time for others, whether you're waiting in line at the grocery store, whether you're listening to someone speak. If you have to gently interrupt, that's a skill as well. But the mindset is there's time for other people. And the skill set really is just self awareness and to time yourself. Time yourself and look how often you're speaking or adding value and ask yourself if others have had the opportunity. Stay on the watch for that. So the action is to invite others to speak first. So that's the first tip. And so, hi there, Haley, and hi, Marcos, and hi, April. Hi, Salvatore from Italy. Glad to see a lot of people coming on right now. Let's go into the second tip. I think you're going to love this one. The second tip is stop trying to impress others. I believe this comes from a lack of worth or a need to be better, a need to be better than someone else, a need to prove that you're faster, better, smarter. You'll see it in using big words, one upmanship, discounting other people's accomplishments. Like if I say, oh, I had over 500 people sign up for that. And someone says, well, that's pretty common, for a LinkedIn instructor. Or, yeah, I had more than that last time. Or, well, that's good. You're getting there. There's this one-upmanship, discounting other people's accomplishments, and we're supposed to, like, be happy when people have an accomplishment. We're not supposed to compare or compete, when things get really complicated. And here's what I wanna say to you. If you enjoy or if you observe an employee or an upcoming leader, coach them to notice other people. Let them know that they're already where they need to be, that it's about them encouraging others, not about proving their worth. So here's the mindset. The mindset is, "I'm enough." The skill set is to notice the insecurities and judgments of others and the comparing of self. So, as a leader, you can watch this within yourself. We've all been there. I've been there. I've tried to impress people early in my journey, and I didn't realize it's not about me. It's about serving. And we all get into these little patterns whenever we don't feel worthy. Um, so just notice your own insecurity, your own judgments, you're comparing. Be happy for other people. There's plenty. There's plenty for you. And this is the way I've reinterpreted this. If I see something and I feel a tinge of envy, I think to myself, by the very nature that I'm seeing this, more of that's coming to me. I learned to reinterpret it versus, wow, they're really making this happen and I'm not. Or it's not fair. They had a better, easier start than me. Those are just wasteful moments in our mind. We just need to say, this is exciting that I have an awareness of this. It means it's coming to me too. So the action is to sincerely acknowledge other people's success. Just be happy for them. Just tame that ego a little bit. The next one is cultivate curiosity. And we're going to go here in a minute. I'm going to check in. I'm going to say hi to some people. Hi, Haley from Washington State. Hi, Perez from Australia. We got a global audience. Hi, Quinn. A friend that shows up quite a bit for me. Thank you so much. Some names I do not know how to pronounce, but you see them up there. Tanya, thank you so much for showing up, everybody. So let's go on and talk about number 3, which is cultivating curiosity. I've learned this as a consultant, just to be curious. Not you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know it all. You have to know how to ask really good questions and want to dig in. And so, how you know that you need to cultivate curiosity, or one of your leaders that you need to coach, how they need to cultivate more curiosity, is that when they're saying things like, "Well, I already know what they're going to say," or "My perception is the only reality. This is just the way it is. I'm not wrong. I've been there before. I've done this. There's no question about how it might be different. There might be a distinction this time." And we create part of the pattern when we avoid curiosity. When we say, "I already know what they're going to say, therefore I'm not going to discipline, therefore I'm not going to bring up this elephant in the room, therefore I'm just going to let it be," we are actually part of the problem because we've already decided an outcome. And I always say, you don't know what they're going to say until they've said it. The truth is, you've seen the pattern and they have said it, but you have to come from a different place. So that coming from a different place is, I think I know what they might say, and I'm gonna think back into my history, but I'm gonna be open for a different conversation, because when you create that space, you allow the conflict or the dysfunction that's present in the conversation just to dissipate and to be okay with your own discomfort. So the mindset is, I could be wrong about how I'm seeing things. The skill, and I talk about this in my upcoming book, From Conflict to Courage, the skill is what I call radical listening. Radical listening is when every bone in your body wants to argue or defend. And this is something I'm really working on because I'm quick witted and I can really become defensive if I think I'm right or if I think someone's taking advantage. And I think a lot of people are that way. The first step is just to admit it. Okay, that's what you do. It's just your programming, it's your fear. But radical listening is to just kind of notice the feeling and to acknowledge, I hear you, or to say, tell me more. I want to explore, or that triggered me and I need some time to process it. I want to hear you, but right now it's not a good time. So the action is to say more. So just say more, tell me more, walk me through your thinking. And it's not from a sarcastic place, it's from just being really, really curious. Okay, so before I go to the fourth one, I'm going to just check in once again. Hi there, Kate. Hi, Sylvia. I might have said already hi to Mira, so thank you again for being here. And so, we're gonna go on to number 4. So, I'll just kind of read off what we've done so far so that if you missed it, the first one is share the mic. The second one is stop trying to impress others. The third is cultivate curiosity. And the fourth one is stop getting distracted. This happens not only on Zoom, it happens on one-to-one meetings, it happens with friendships. We are easily distracted. I believe the greatest skill that we can enjoy and cultivate and have deliberate practice on is the skill of focus. We Everything's getting our attention and we are just, our brains don't even have the capacity to stay on one thing at a time. And I'll tell you, it was hard for me to focus to continue to do this whenever there's this link that's not working and everybody's saying, I can't get on. This is it wanting to charge me. My first go-to was to want to say, can't do it today. I've got a lot of hard things going on in my life right now, but like just I'm really working on my focus and not getting distracted. And here's what I mean. So if you're talking about virtual or on-site meetings, popcorn in the wind, all over the place. Again, this is a facilitation skill. The meeting is all over the place. The agenda wasn't created or it wasn't, adhered to. Or in one-on-one conversations, even with friends or with employees, verbal ping pong. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. That's not what I said. You don't understand. I knew you'd say that. No, listen to me. When we get into verbal ping pong, it means we've already lost our focus if we even had one in the first place. Sometimes we start conversations without an end result. We're just angry about something or we don't understand. And if our end result is to just get curious, that's at least something. If the end result is about taking an action, then that's where we go in the conversation and we're clear about it. So also these one-on-one conversations with many left turns. A lot of times when I'm coaching someone will want to process, and it's okay to process, but we have to know, are we processing and letting just things fly so I can hear patterns, or do we have a purpose for this conversation? And so I'm really trying to be clear with my clients, like it's okay to process because I'll hear patterns and I can ask questions. But once we decide the direction we're going, then it's about focusing on that direction. So the mindset is this: there's an intention and a desired result for every interaction. There's an intention and a desired result for every interaction. Before I ever do a Zoom meeting like this, before I ever do a scheduled business call, I think about the end result. I think about what is in their best interest. I think about what I'm able to do. And I try to keep the conversation gently focused on that end result and get agreement about that end result. That's going to help people stay so much more connected. So the skill set is planning the meeting and setting an agenda. It is a 101 skill. I believe most of us have lost that skill. It feels like so dry. The time you spend doing that will save you hours in wasted conversation that has no, that turns left and right and goes in a circle. The action, I do this every day. I do this in my journaling, meditation, prayer practice. Every single morning, I set an intention. And if the intention is to be present, if the intention is to lighten up, if the intention is to be useful, whatever that is, I remind myself throughout the day, am I doing that? Am I being useful? Am I being joyful? Am I being intentional? It's amazing how you can work. Your conscious mind can work with your subconscious mind to give you the results that you want. Okay, so I'm gonna, that's number four, stop getting distracted. So I'm gonna check in and someone says, please send a link. I hope you're on because this is the link. Rosemary, hi. Felice. I'm noticing some of the names that connect with me sometimes. I really appreciate you being here. And I love it that we have a global audience of people that simply just want to be better leaders and want to connect. And so um, here we are, and we're at stop getting distracted. So the next one is, this is something I always work on things and I just tell the truth about it. I don't try to be perfect. I feel like we're all on this journey, and I just hope that I can be a leader in that, showing what it's like to work on the journey while you're still teaching the pieces that you teach. So the next one, number five, is create space. Create pauses in conversation. When you're on a Zoom, when you're with a friend, when you're at the grocery store, you don't have to fill every single space. Even in an argument, a disagreement, you don't have to have the last word. You don't have to fill the space. People drift when every single space is filled. It's just noise. So the mindset is it's okay to feel discomfort. And the skill set is breathing or pausing after a sentence. Now, here's what's painful, because I watch my videos after LinkedIn and I see I could do a lot of work on this, but just watch a video of yourself and count the filler words. And I'm all about having grace and about learning. We're in a learning environment. When I first started doing these LinkedIn lives, I was horrible and I felt terrible. I would say so, and I would smack my lips a lot. So, and I think it's just funny. I was just learning. I still do some of that. It's okay. It's an awareness. We practice it and we get better. Number six, facilitate. Number six is facilitate. Facilitation, another word that I could have chosen for this year because I've been paying attention to the lack of facilitation, and it's something I used to teach and I no longer do, but or I haven't, but it's something I want to start teaching because it's a really fun skill. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to take up all the air, but you have to be really aware and sharp and on your feet. And I used to do, when we were doing live things, I would do a meet you where you are. And it would be an hour and a half, and it would be conversation that people would have in groups. And I would bring that to the forefront and I would do a little teaching around that facilitation. And I can't wait to get back out there and do that again. It's really, really fun. It's energizing. And I can teach from what I know, but I also know there's value in the wisdom of the room. I work with people that are very, very brilliant, very smart, and they have a lot to share, and I can bring that out as a facilitator. So it's your ability to take charge without seeming like you're taking charge. And it's the ability to direct that conversation, like we talked about. Even on a Zoom meeting, when you're not the one, to be able to quickly just interrupt and say, could I just say something? I've noticed there's four people that haven't had a chance. That's facilitation. It's inviting others to the table. We keep saying we want this inclusion. Well, it's up to us to include. It's not about me being a victim and I need you to include me. It's about me seeing myself as a leader and I include you. I include other people. So the mindset, you're going to love this mindset, is that someone has to take charge. Someone has to take charge. Um, and so the skill set is what I call other awareness. I wrote a book in 2016 called No Drama Leadership, and I talked about different kinds of awareness, one of them being other awareness, being aware of other people, noticing it's not always about us, it's not always about me, it's not always about you. Who isn't engaging? Stop blaming them and invite, facilitate, see what you can do to get it revved up. What isn't being said? Create an agenda kind of on the fly when you notice that things are going off course. Just say, okay, my agenda is to include these three people to bring it to the point that we only have 15 minutes. It's a little bit bossy maybe, but it's facilitating so that you are creating inclusion and you are creating connection. And so here's the action. Next time you see that something's getting off course, whether it's in a, hey, we divided everybody up into groups for this Zoom meeting and they didn't assign a facilitator, just jump right in. I'm glad to facilitate if that's okay. Looks like we've each got 3 minutes, and I'll have Kathy start. So just volunteer to facilitate. Um, so I'm going to go on and do number 7 since we got a little bit of a late start. I'm also going to invite you that if you're enjoying this, if you wouldn't mind today to share this on your own profile so that other people can see it, because we had a lot of people signed up and a lot of people probably missed out because of the glitch. So just help me to share that. And if you also want to, you can follow me on LinkedIn to get these alerts. So those that follow, they will get the alerts even when something like this happens. You'll know when I'm going live. Okay, so the last one is what I call supervision. This was also in my No Drama Leadership book, How Enlightened Leaders Transform Culture in the Workplace. I call it supervision instead of supervision, and it's that ability to really see other people. We're all just craving this connection, but we fail to give it to other people. I'm just as guilty as the next person. It's really easy in our rush, rush, hurry, hurry. I'm so busy. I'm so interested in my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn. I'm so busy in what is going on in my inner world that you are the means to my end. So, in other words, whenever I'm going to the grocery store, I want someone to hurry and get me through. When I'm at the nursing home, I want people to do what I want them to do. They have a job, they're busy, they have a rough time. Healthcare is really rough right now. We all see each other as a means to our end, and we need to see people for their skills and be in gratitude for what they're offering us, whether it's a grocery clerk, a banker, a waitress, whoever's waiting on us, whoever's helping us, whoever's on the other line. Stop the impatience and share some gratitude. Like, I really appreciate your patience. What made you do this kind of work? Just a quick question to be interested. I swear it will change your energy. And so the mindset is, I see the value in humanity in others. You just think that when you're in the grocery line, when you're working with someone, I just see their value and their humanity. It will change everything. You're not having to do anything difficult. It's just how you're thinking about it. The skill set is just to be present. Stop multitasking. Stop looking at your phone when someone's talking to you. Put it away. Close it down. Put the focus button on. Just be present and notice your inner struggle, your inner disturbance of wanting to be in your private world versus there's a time for that. I can do that with a intention of 30 minutes or an hour. I don't have to be available to it every second. You know what? The world will go on. If any one of us perished today, surprise, nothing really changes except for a little while and the world goes on. So we're here for a short while. Let's just really try to be present to each other. And here's the action. Look at the other person in the eye when you say thank you and actually just hold that space. Notice it. It's going to be amazing. Their whole demeanor will start to change. I just want to see if anybody's checking in anymore, and then I'll give you kind of just a closing thoughts. Anybody? Um, I hope that this has been valuable for you. I'd love for you to share what you got the most out of. Um, I see that people joined earlier that I didn't notice. Oh, there's all those stories about no links. So sorry about all of that. I'll figure out what happened there, and hopefully that won't happen again. Thank you for sharing that I'm live on the profile, all of you that are doing that. So here's the call to action. If you enjoyed it, just share this on your page. Follow me on LinkedIn to get alerts for the live streams. If you follow, and you can connect as well if you want to. I usually, if you say that this is where you saw me, I will connect. Um, and so you can follow, but connecting is not the same as following when it comes to live streams, unfortunately. So I can't possibly send an email to everybody or a instant message. But if you want to follow, you'll at least get the notifications, and then it'll be recorded. If you missed the 4 leadership behaviors that build trust, I had a lot of great feedback over that. That was last month. You can get the recording, and it came with a learning guide, but you have to sign up for it. Yeah, this is my way of building my list, knowing who's interested in my work. Obviously, I've got a book coming out in May, and I want to be able to let people know when that happens. So there's no secrets here. It's all transparent. You can always opt out, but it's at marlenechisholm.com. That's marlenechisholm.com, and you can sign up on the front page, and that's going to give you, yes, you can find that recording, but you won't get the learning guide. So anyway, hi, Paula. Yes, this will be available as well. Um, I'm sorry that you missed it, Loveth. I love that name. I'm sorry that you missed it, but it will be recorded, and this will be on LinkedIn. Now, if you can't find it there, here's what to do. Go to youtube.com/Marlene Chisholm, and I'm loading all these on my YouTube, so it's just easier to find there. LinkedIn has it as well, but um, anyway, that's how you get it. And you can always instant direct message me, and I'll try to find it for you. Love the conversation, ping pong. Yeah, I use that term a lot. Quinn said, be present. It's a rare trait at this time. The power of gratitude is good for you. It so is. And I feel it. Thank you so much, Brian. Brian, big supporter of mine. I really appreciate it. Great guidance and wisdom. So good to have these encouragements and mindsets. And the reality is we can all be that for each other, because, there's days when I'm off and I need that from you, and days when you're off and you need that from me. And if we decide as leaders that this kind of message is going to get shared, it will. Yeah, I will do an overview of let me share with you what they all were, and then you can review this later. I built this just at the last minute, so let me go find it. So this is the 7, okay? The 7, sorry, I've got someone's name there. Let me go fix that real quick. Okay, there we go. Here we go. So the first one is share the mic. And the mindset was there's time for others. The skill set was self-awareness. And the action was invite others to speak first. Each one of these has a mindset, a skill set, and action. So it's share the mic, stop trying to impress others, cultivate curiosity, stop getting distracted, create space, facilitate, and have supervision. So thank you for joining me and working through all the little glitches. I so appreciate you. Appreciate your encouragement about the work that I put out there. I do want to let you know that my book is available for pre-orders right now. And my publisher is really excited because we've got quite a few. The good news about pre-orders is that once the book is published, it'll just come right in the mail to you. And if you do wait, it could be to where it takes a little while, and that's not a sales pitch. It's just telling you that if you think you're going to like From Conflict to Courage, you can pre-order it on Amazon right now. So I'm getting ready. I'm excited. I'm getting ready to record the book, and this publisher is allowing me to be the voice of the book. It's grueling, let me tell you, but I'm really excited about it. And I know people have been disappointed before when I've done a book and I wasn't the sound of the book. So thank you for joining me. Please share this on your own thread. Let me know what you got out of it. Connect with me, follow me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.